Exercises to improve memory retention. The ability to recall information that you have learned is critical for all new interpreters at LanguageLine Solutions. Your initial learning curve is steep, and you will be exposed to large quantities of new material. The ability to recall information that's been spoken is also one of the most important skills an interpreter can acquire, because at the core of our job is listening to people and remembering their words so that we can accurately and completely interpret into the other language. This is how effective communication is accomplished through an interpreter. In this three-part series, we will teach you techniques that you can use on your own to improve your retention of terminology and the concepts related to industries served by LanguageLine Solutions. Let's begin with Part 1. When it comes to the brain, scientists have discovered that the human brain has an astonishing ability to adapt and change even into old age. This ability is known as neuroplasticity. With the right stimulation, your brain can form new neural pathways, alter existing connections, and adapt and react in ever-changing ways. The brain's incredible ability to reshape itself holds true when it comes to learning and memory. You can harness the natural power of neuroplasticity to increase your cognitive abilities, enhance your ability to learn new information, and improve your memory at any age. We will give you some tips to understand how we can improve our memory and do some exercises. Let's cover some practical tips for supporting learning and memory. First, you must pay attention. You can't remember something if you never learned it, and you can't learn something that is encoded into your brain if you don't pay enough attention to it. It takes about 8 seconds of intense focus to process a piece of information into your memory. If you are easily distracted, pick a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Focus is the key. Involve as many senses as possible. Try to relate information to colors, textures, smells, and tastes. The physical act of rewriting information can help imprint it onto your brain. Even if you're a visual learner, read it out loud if you want to remember it. If you can recite it rhythmically, even better. Relate information to what you already know. Connect new data to information you already remember, whether it's new material that builds on previous knowledge or something as simple as an address of someone who lives on a street where you already know someone. For more complex material, focus on understanding basic ideas rather than memorizing isolated details. Practice explaining the ideas to someone else in your own words. Rehearse information that you've already learned. Review what you've learned the same day you learn it, and at intervals thereafter. This spaced rehearsal is more effective than cramming, especially for retaining what you've learned. Use mnemonic devices to make memorization easier. Mnemonics are clues of any kind that help us remember something, usually by helping us associate the information we want to remember with a visual image, a sentence, or a word. Let's explore mnemonic devices further. Mnemonic devices you may use include visual clues or images. Associate a visual image with a word or a name to help you remember them better. Positive, pleasant images that are vivid, colorful, and three-dimensional will be easier to remember. For example, to remember the name Rosa Parks and what she's known for, picture a woman sitting on the bus surrounded by roses with a park in the background. Chunking. Chunking breaks a long list of numbers or other types of information into smaller, more manageable chunks. For example, to remember a 10-digit phone number, just break it down into 3 sets of numbers, like 555-867-5309, as opposed to trying to do 555-867-5309. Acronyms. An acronym is a word that's made up by taking the first letters of all the key words or ideas you need to remember and creating a new word out of them. For example, the word homes can be used to remember the names of the Great Lakes: Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. Using these memory-enhancing techniques will help improve your ability to learn information and retain it over time. 1. Repetition. One of the golden rules of learning and memory is to repeat, repeat, repeat. The brain also responds to novelty, so repeating something in a different way or at a different time will make the most of the novelty effect and allow you to build stronger memories. Examples of using repetition include taking notes, repeating a name after you heard it for the first time, repeating or paraphrasing what somebody says to you. Organize. A day planner or smartphone calendar can help you keep track of appointments and activities and can also serve as a journal in which you can write anything down that you would like to remember. Writing down and organizing information reinforces learning. Try to jot down conversations, thoughts, and experiences. Review current and previous day's entries at breakfast or at dinner. If you use a planner and not a smartphone, keep it in the same spot at home and take it with you wherever you go. Visualize. Learning faces and names is a particularly hard task for most people. In addition to repeating a person's name, you can also associate that name with an image. Visualization strengthens the association you're making between the face and the name. For example, link the name Sandy with the image of a beach and imagine Sandy on the beach. Also, writing down the name of the person with words that will assist you in memorizing her name. Cue. When you're having difficulty recalling a particular word or fact, you can cue yourself by giving related details or talking around the word, name, or fact. Other practical ways to cue include using alarms or a kitchen timer to remind you of tasks or appointments, placing an object associated with the task you must do in a prominent place at home. For example, if you want to order tickets to a play, leave a newspaper ad for the play near your telephone or computer. Group. When you're trying to remember a long list of items, it can help you to group the items in sets of 3 to 5, just as you would to remember a phone number. This strategy capitalizes on organization and building associations and helps you extend the capacity of short-term memory by chunking information together instead of trying to remember each piece of information independently. For example, if you have a list of 15 things on your grocery list, you can group the items by categories such as dairy, produce, canned goods, and frozen foods. You may visit sites that offer exercises to enhance your memory, such as keepyourbrainalive.com and exploratorium.edu. Please pay attention to the way we present the terms to you in the next presentations so that later on you can use the same technique to learn more terminology on your own. Happy learning! You have now completed part 1 of this 3-part series. Please take a short break and then go on to part 2.